Okay, it's about time to put the bolt back into the Model 29. And when I was disassembling and cleaning, I found that it had a broken firing pin. These are one of the easiest ones to change a firing pin on because you just push this little pin out, push in just slightly because it's got a spring in there, and remove it. And as you can see, there's a chunk of metal missing. Over time, she cracked off, and I think that was my issue when I took it to test fire. Every now and then it didn't want to fire, and a chunk of metal was still inside there, and I think it was blocking it. So anyway, I was able to find a new old stock firing pin. You can see the difference in the way they were broken off. So anyway, simple as putting the spring back on it. Feeding it back in. Make sure the notch is facing towards the pin. And just push it back in. And slide the pin back in. That's all there is to it, to changing the firing pin. That is an extremely easy firing pin to change out. But we'll get this put back together and get the rifle finished up. So kind of looking forward to that. All right, let's try to get this back together now. You got to pick up this guide rod at the end of the spring. And it's got to kind of go in there nice and straight. And you got to get the bolt handle underneath here. Don't want to bend the guide rod, damage the spring or anything else. And this spring isn't under a tremendous amount of tension, but it's pretty healthy. My dad, when he's teaching me to work on firearms, always said that if it's not going back in right, is because I had something wrong. Because don't force anything, because guns are precision, and if you got to force it, something's wrong, and it's not the gun, it's you. So apologize for keep blocking this with my fingers, but trying to get that. There we go. And it falls back into this slot right here, and the bolt just goes back forward. Sometimes it takes a little fiddling, but it can be done. I'm not sponsored by anyone, but got to say that I am really happy. I have one of these Tipton gun vices, and I have not regretted buying it. It has been a godsend when putting on a scope or exactly putting the rifles back together. And if you don't have one, I'd highly recommend you get one. Anyway, we'll keep putting this back together. Okay, got everything put back together. It looks really, really good. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. The bluing, the stock, everything really turned out pretty. The repair to the stock down here where it was chipped, very, very happy. Was able to polish up the butt plate a little bit, get it looking really good. But she looks a whole lot better. Touched up a lot of where the bluing had rubbed off the aluminum. Actually, not bluing, the blacking. Like I said, I used some of the Birchwood Casey aluminum black, and it really touched up everything good. It will get all the rust off the barrel, get it looking nice and shiny again. Magazine tube. I said the stock, everything looks really, really good. Not a real fancy rifle, but you know what? Like I said before, it deserves to look good and to be pretty. Kind of anxious to take it out to the range and see how we do and see if we're still hanging up a little bit, but I would almost bet that the problem with it was that broken firing pin. So anyway, one more rifle completed. So we'll move on to the next.